All right. Hello and welcome. We are in Heart Chakra Week. I'm wearing my green, and it's perfect because we're moving into St. Patrick's uh, Day this week. So you can wear your green and be sporting of the season, right? Um, so the heart chakra, a lot of times people are confused about why the color is green. And there's so many reasons for that. But I like to think of it first and foremost in the lusciousness of the earth. When things are green, they are healthy, they are vibrant. There is this sense that with everything in this world, that the world is open and alive. We see it in nature. And we are very much so connected to nature. We are part of the system that create. So green kind of brings in that kind of natural element of breathing, of fresh air, of an open heart. The root chakra is also sometimes the heart chakra is also depicted sometimes by pink, and that comes from the root chakra plus the crown chakra. Is red plus white makes pink, and the heart chakra is a bridge. If you look at it, we have three chakras below. We have the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus. Those are the foundational chakras. They are basically the embodiment of the physical body on earth. The heart chakra moves us more into our spirit. So if you look at throat, third eye, and crown, this is more spirit. So the heart is a bridge. So that's one reasons why it's green and pink. Those are the two colors. And when I work with different ascended masters, they also have energy signatures that come with it. So green tends to be a color of healing and of love that comes in. Archangel Raphael works a lot with healing. I'm breaking up a little bit. Sorry about that. One thing about the heart chakra is that its symbol is so beautiful. It has the downward triangle, just like the root and the solar plexus, right? So, and that downward triangle represents us seeding into the ground like a tree, right? The seed is planted and then it grows up. So that's the foundation of this body. Then the other triangle is pointing up towards the heaven. That's showing these upper bridges, these upper chakras, and it creates what's called a Merkaba. And that's the sacred geometry. That's the name of that shape that's there. And the Merkaba is actually an interdimensional tool that we use for astral travel. The prayer, the symbol of that Merkaba, reminds us that we are both body and spirit, and that in this bridge, in this space of the heart chakra, this is where we create balance, harmony, union between our body and our spirit and our soul. Now, the heart chakra, one thing to keep in mind is that it is about self-care and self-love, because you cannot really love another person truly unless you truly love yourself. So one of the first lessons that we want to talk about within the heart chakra is loving yourself, having compassion for yourself, and allowing yourself to forgive. Forgiveness is hard. And I remember I've struggled with different mentors and teachers that have said, you know, it's important to forgive, you know, not for them, but for you. And I struggled with that for years and years, because how could I forgive people that have really harmed me, that have really hurt me? And it really wasn't until I realized that to be compassionate, loving to myself, I needed to move out of the victim mode and I needed to move into a different phase of my life. So the forgiveness wasn't per se about, like, the word forgiveness makes you think like, I forgive you for what you did. It's more of, I forgive the you that created that in my life so that way I can move on with my life. And so with this heart chakra week, we want to be connecting the mind, the body, and the spirit all in one. And one of the best ways to really connect to this chakra is through forgiveness. If you can forgive other people, if you can have compassion and empathy for other people and what they're going through, if someone says something that triggers you or upsets you, remember that they are also having a human experience and that their life experiences might have led them to that point where they think, say, and feel and do those things. But it's not for us to hold judgment for them, because that's what forgiveness is. That's what compassion is. It's allowing everyone on their human journey to experience life as they are meant to experience it, to learn the lessons that they need to learn in this life with compassion. And the biggest thing in that is not taking offense. We will often betray ourselves and our relationships with others when we take offense. So if someone says something or looks at you the wrong way, you immediately think, well, what are they thinking about me? What are they saying about me? What are they talking? Da, 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 da. And I know this because I used to do this all the time, right? I would take everything really personally and I would get really hurt when people wouldn't even say something. And that's one of the things that along my spiritual journey is I've really learned to just to acknowledge that everyone else is having a bad day. Bad things are happening in their life that I cannot physically see or know because I cannot read their thoughts and I cannot walk in their shoes, not fully. I mean, there's physical problems, think about with the chakras, right? We have the solar plexus, constipation and digestive systems, like if you're sick or not feeling good, it's not something you can really talk about, right? But it makes you feel bad. If you have a hurt ankle or a hurt knee, these things that happen in our physical body, the physical dis-ease that happens within our body is very uncomfortable. And most people don't talk about it. And especially the emotional and spiritual traumas and stress that people might be moving through. They're not going to talk about it. But they could be experiencing anything that you're experiencing times 10. So having compassion for the person who cuts you off in the road, having compassion for the person at the register who rolls their eye at you, or the teenager that is not paying attention to you on their cell phone, like understanding that maybe there's something going on and allowing everyone, including yourself, to have the space and the being to be in their moment and to work through your own stuff and their own stuff without holding judgment. So one of the things that I do for that is I like to sprinkle magic dust on people. They don't know I'm doing it, but if I see someone who's at the gas station who's really grouchy, I'll just kind of go like this and I'll walk by them. And in my mind, I'm sprinkling little magic dust because it just, for me, it allows me to send some love to them. And then it also reminds me to love myself a little bit because, wow, I'm really glad I'm not having a day like theirs. I hope that everything's going with their day. I hope that they can solve it. I hope their spirits, guides, and their angels can work with them. Because, we're all magical beings and we're all having this human experience with each other in this world. And sending someone a smile, acknowledging that they exist, can be the difference between them feeling lost and alone in this world and wanting to commit suicide, and knowing that they're loved and someone sees them and that they have a reason to be here. There's studies about that. Many people who were going to commit suicide didn't because a random stranger smiled at them, because in that moment they felt seen. So I just want to put that out there, like, allow yourself to see others the way that you want to be seen. You know, if someone is disabled in their body, look at them in their wheelchair and smile, right? Don't just walk past them like they don't exist because they're differently abled than you. It's about having that compassion for all of the humans and all of the beingness in everywhere that we go. So that's definitely something that I connect with in this chakra in terms of connecting. Now, the heart chakra is called Anahata in Sanskrit, and there are 12 petals around that. And if you think about it, think of the symbolism of the 12. That's every month of our life. That's our life, right? There's other symbolism that go down with it on an energetic level, but I usually think about it. The heart chakra is the everyday beingness of life. It's the everyday compassion of mind, body, and spirit. This is the bridge that creates and connects us in this world, not only to our physical body and our abilities, but to our spirit and to our higher self. This is where we can have love and compassion and forgiveness. And it starts with yourself. If you want to take a bath, take a bath. If you want to take a nap, take a nap. If you want to buy yourself flowers, buy yourself flowers. This is about having the love for yourself, to treat yourself with love, dignity, respect. Remember that lesson that I told you about, to look in the mirror and say, I love you? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Because that's really what we're working on right now. Because the more you can love yourself and love this body that you're in, this avatar that you created, that you incarnated to be here in, then you are going to start to dissolve all of those worries and those fears and those doubts of unworthiness. And then you'll start to be able to travel higher up and connect to your higher self. And your higher self, by the way, loves your body and loves you. And P.S., chose it out of a million different incarnations, picked everything down to that little freckle on the side of your nose. Every aspect of you was picked and chosen and designed by you. So love yourself. You ever looked back at pictures of yourself 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and gone, oh my God, I'm so beautiful. Why didn't I realize it? Think about all those wasted times we looked in the mirror with that beautiful body that we're looking at with hindsight. And we looked in the mirror with that body and face and went, ugh. And yet now we're looking at it with, oh my God. I saw a picture of myself right after I had my baby when she was like, not even 12 months. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so young and I'm so beautiful. And I remember how sad I was and how I felt so fat and ugly. And after just having a baby, I felt yucky. And I was looking at this girl that was me with so much compassion and so much love and so much awe of her beauty and the light that was shining off of her, pure joy of being a mom. And yet in that moment, the lower me was thinking, I'm not good enough. I put on weight. Oh, look at this, look at that. Instead of the miracle that I just gave birth to a baby and that I'm beautiful. And so I try to do that now. I try to look at myself in the mirror, not with the eyes of the now me, but looking at myself in the mirror of the 10 years from now me. The 10 years from now me that goes, oh, you're so young. You little thing. If you only knew. Because that's love, right? When we look at our children, even if they're frumpy and their hair's messed up and they've got food all over their face, we're always like, you're so beautiful. but we don't do it for ourselves. So we need to start doing that. We need to start looking in the mirror with awe and maybe have 10 fingers and 10 toes, that we have bodies that are able to walk and run and jump and play, that we have hair and skin that's soft and supple, and that we can do all these amazing miraculous things in this human body. Because I work with spirit a lot, and spirit always reminds us that spirit misses sneezing and coughing and eating and drinking and playing and laughing, all these things, even getting sick. They're like, oh, yeah, that was fun. I miss those days, because you get better. And the thing is, we don't appreciate them. We don't appreciate the miraculousness of this life while we're in it. So that's really, really what the fourth chakra is about. Loving yourself with absolute compassion and absolute awe about how far you've gotten. Now, the heart chakra is, in terms of crystals, and I'm wearing my rhododendrite, which is a pink bracelet. I absolutely love this crystal. And rose quartz is one of my other favorites. Now, rose quartz has recently had an upgrade. So for those of you that work with crystals, you might have noticed that the rose quartz has actually gone from fourth chakra to much higher dimensions. It's really activating the crystal grid within all of us. So rose quartz is a beautiful, beautiful. I am a Leo, so my birthstone is peridot. And so I love working with peridot. That also connects you to the cosmic energies. I have my little green jade crystal ring that I like to wear. Anything that's green, there's like green adventuring, there's all these different, anything that's green or pink really is going to be connected to the heart chakra. Green aventurine is a really good one for abundance, for good luck. It's good for like regulating energy and kind of moving that energy forward. But again, my go-to is always rose quartz. Always. I love it. I always work with it. I always feel very connected with it. And speaking of rose, the essential oil I often use for the heart is rose. So if you think about rose, it's got the softness of all of these beautiful petals that start tight and slowly blossom and open up. And that's really what this life in human form is like. We're like a beautiful rose that's a little bud that slowly opens up. And each petal is an experience. And as it opens up, we see the fullness of life. Now, the beautiful thing about roses is they come in many different colors. And there's the red, which is that kind of a symbolism of romance and passion, root chakra. Then we've got the orange rose, creativity. The yellow is friendship, it's power, it's confidence. And then for the heart chakra, I would use a pink rose, right? And the beautiful thing about a rose is it has those thorns. You can't have all of that beauty without the thorns. To remind yourself that we are divine beings having a human experience. And so because of that, there are going to be thorns along the way. But if you take off every single thorn, then anybody can grab it and destroy it and trample it. Those thorns often protect the rose and make them thrive in the wild and in the gardens. Because without those thorns, all of the birds and all of the insects would eat them and destroy them. So remember that your troubles are just thorns, and they just are part of the beauty that you. It's okay to have some thorns here and there, right? It's okay. It's part of the beauty that makes you who you are. Now, with the food in terms of this chakra, we're moving into the vegetarian stage. So there's no more meat if you are following that element, because meat is heavy and it weighs you down. And we're opening up to lightness. We're opening up to that connection of spirit, of the divine. So focus on eating just green, healthy, luscious, vibrant foods. The element of the heart chakra is air. So air vegetables like broccoli, anything that the zucchinis, like those things that kind of grow, beans that kind of grow up, those are called air vegetables. And those will help connect you to the element of air or wind. Be outside. This element is all about being outside and breathing in that fresh air, and remembering when we're inside, it's kind of stagnant air that we never, it's not cycled, it's not circulated, but there's something magnificent about going outside and getting that beautiful rush of fresh air. If I could prescribe you all to go outside for a half hour every day this week, I would get some fresh air for a half hour outside every day. My guides tell me to do it all the time, and I don't do it as much as I should. So this goes for me too. I know for me, one thing I noticed this morning was I was incredibly dehydrated. I know that there's a lot of solar flares and a lot of really active energy going on right now with the Schumann resonance and astrology. There's just a lot of cosmic energy coming through. So drink a lot of water. And a tip is, if you feel dehydrated, I learned this when I was pregnant, coconut water will rehydrate you faster than regular water. So because of all the electrolytes in it, and it doesn't have all those chemicals and stuff that the Gatorades and stuff do. So coconut water is definitely connected to the throat chakra, but I'm just putting this out there that I've been feeling the need to drink a lot more coconut water right now with everything going on. And so that's something to remember. I woke up like feeling dehydrated, which I don't usually do. I'm like, I'm thirsty, but today I was like, no, I'm actually dehydrated. So I went to the store and I got some coconut water. That was part of my self-care today. I went to the store. I've been complaining about, I ran out of floss for like a week and I didn't go to the store to buy some. Silly. I went to the store today. I bought some floss. I bought some, face cream for my face. Just little things that I've been putting off to buy for myself. I bought for myself today because it's like, I need to take care of myself. I need to get soap for the shower that smells good, that makes me feel good. Like these are things that I'm worthy to have, right? So think about things. What's going to make you feel beautiful and loved? How can you love yourself this week? How can you kind of connect in to that energy of self-care and self-love? How can you love yourself a little bit more? Caffeine I've been really working on not doing caffeine anymore. Try, if you're able to drink more green tea than coffee, even if it is black or decaf. Try to bring that down and move into the green tea. Green tea is still has a little bit of caffeine in it, but it does much better things for your body in terms of detoxifying and clearing out. Because if you want to think about it, this week really should be about self-care and self-loving, and also letting go of all the stuff that's holding you back. And one way to do that is drinking lots of water, staying hydrated. Green teas are going to be, a natural detoxifier. They're going to help you with that. You want to stay away from processed foods as much as you can, right? Even if you haven't been doing it the rest of the time, and I haven't either perfectly, try to think how you can eat more naturally, more nature-based. Think if it was out in the nature, if it's a fruit or a vegetable, yeah, that's going to be more up your lamp right now. And if you're already eating vegetarian, you are already a vegetarian eater, you can just kind of up the ante a little bit by getting rid of some of those carbs, getting the breads out of your way, because they can weigh you down from the solar plexus. We're trying to go light. We're trying to bring our energy up, bring it up higher. And as we're working through the chakras. I'm feeling like it's time to do a little bit of a meditation. So why don't we just kind of take a second and feel our space, take a breath. Heart chakra says, I am love, I am loved, I am worthy, it's safe to love, I belong here. So allow yourself to just breathe in, I am loved, and breathe out, I love. Breathe in, I am loved, and breathe out, love. Breathe in, I am loved, and breathe out, I am loved. Breathe in, I am loved. Breathe out, I love. Send your etheric roots down into the earth, starting from your root chakra. Send those roots down into the earth through the dark, rich, subtle soil of the earth, through the crystalline caves and natural rivers and streams, past all the insects and crystals, deeper and deeper through the bedrock and the earth, through the layers of earth, through the layers of time, bringing you down to the center of the earth. And once you're there, there is a rose quartz throne that is waiting for you in a cave in the center of the earth with Mother Gaia. She's prepared this rose quartz throne for you today. And allow yourself to sit down in this rose quartz throne, and feel how it fits your body perfectly. It holds your back just right. And allow yourself to just ease in to the energy of this rose quartz throne. Breathing in love and breathing out love, you connect to the crystalline energy of the rose quartz. This throne is connected to the crystalline grid all around the earth. And with each breath, you tap in deeper to this grid of other beautiful women all around the planet who are activating and healing their heart chakras and connecting to their divine self. Feel the unity and sisterhood to know that you are beautiful and loved and supported exactly as you are right now. Now, in this moment, your guide is coming over to you and is bringing a crystalline Merkaba, the shape of the heart chakra, with a triangle pointing down and a triangle pointing up. And you are guided into the center of this crystalline, clear Merkaba. As you sit in the chair, a part of you from the back unzips and your higher self emerges, and you step into this Merkaba. And when you are in here, it feels safe and nurturing, like the sacred womb of the earth. You are guided inside of the Merkaba and the bottom portion connected into the earth slowly starts to spin counterclockwise. And then the top half begins to spin clockwise, faster and faster. You in the center are perfectly still and calm and loved. And your guides take you up through the cave, through a magical disappearing and reappearing high above the earth. Looking down through your clear crystalline Merkaba, you can see the earth below you. Blue water, green earth, yellow sand, white clouds. And around you, the milky indigo blue sky, speckled with stardust and starshine, hovers around you. You take a moment from this beautiful perspective to feel the connection to the earth. Here you see sparkles of the crystalline rose quartz grid sparkling, knowing that you are a part of that you are connected in that patchwork. And your guide puts their hand gently on your shoulder, and the Merkaba starts to travel up, up, up through the etheric realms, 4th dimension, 5th dimension, 6th dimension, higher and higher. You are taken to a beautiful, beautiful mountainside. And as you step out of your Merkaba, you are now in a crystalline temple on the top of a mountain. All around you is green, luscious, beautiful earth. And you are on the top of a mountain. From this mountaintop perspective, you can see how beautiful everything is and how connected you are to everything. You're taken out of the Merkaba with your guide. It stops and gently hovers in a lush garden on the top of the mountain. This is a rose garden, and your guide gently takes you out, and you look at the beautiful, beautiful roses all around you. The air is filled with the wafting scent of roses. And you walk from bush to bush, red roses, orange roses, yellow roses, white roses, pink roses. So beautiful. You walk from bush to bush, gently touching the petals of the roses, holding them to your nose and breathing in the fresh, beautiful scent of rose. As you're walking through the garden, you notice a stone gazebo, and there is a woman in a white robe sitting, waiting for you. You feel total love and walk over to this beautiful beloved. She comes in as Mother Mary, love and compassion. She holds her arms out to you, to embrace you, to let you know that you are loved. You fold into her arms easily, like this is where you've always meant to be. And she smiles and wipes a tear from your eyes and looks down into your eyes with love and compassion of the Sacred Mother. With her gaze upon you, you see your beauty in her eyes. You feel nothing but love. She smiles and takes you over to a small bed, and you lay down. At your root chakra, she plants a red rose, activating within you the ancestral wisdom of all the women who've come before you. With the red rose planted in the center of your root chakra, you feel safe, secure, and protected. She takes an orange rose and places it in your womb, where you feel loved and creative, where you feel beautiful and worthy. She places a yellow rose on your navel, which makes you feel strong, confident, and able. At your heart, she places a pink rose. And the pink rose starts small as a little bud and blossoms in her hand to the most beautiful pink rose you've ever seen. As she places it in your heart, every cell, every atom, every aspect of your being feels loved, supported, and compassion. You feel connected to all that is and all that was. The wisdom of the red rose reminds you of your lineage. The wisdom of the orange rose reminds you of your beauty. The wisdom of the yellow rose reminds you of your power and light. And the pink rose allows forgiveness and compassion for yourself and all others. She takes a white rose and places it on your throat, where it turns a beautiful blue, reminding you to speak your truth. She places a beautiful purple rose on your brow, connecting you to your blueprint and your divine blueprint here on earth, of remembering. At your crown, she places a 1,000-petal rose of all different colors, rainbow-hued, red, orange, yellow, pink, blue, purple. It's the most exquisite rose you've ever seen. And this rose reminds you of who you are, of who you are meant to be, and above all, that you are loved and that you are in exactly the right place and doing exactly what you are meant to do. The roses gently dissolve into your body. They are integrating. How amazing does it feel to have every atom, every cell of your being integrating with this new wisdom and love. And you take a moment to accept and welcome and receive that love. The smell of roses waft through the air, filling you with peace. Very gently, your eyes flutter open and you look into the eyes of Mother Mary. She smiles and says, "Welcome, sister. I've been waiting for you." She takes you by the hand, and with your new rose, sisterhood, initiation of self, she kisses you on both cheeks and says, "Come see me again." With that, you gently walk back to your Merkaba. Your guide is waiting for you in the Merkaba. The door closes behind you, and you go whoosh back to the precipice between the sky and the earth, looking down at the beautiful planet. And this time, you don't feel separate from the earth. You feel connected to the earth, knowing that all is well. You see all those beautiful lights of crystalline grids on the planet, knowing that you're here for a reason. Your guide smiles and nods, and gently whoosh, you are back to your rose quartz throne where Mother Gaia awaits. She smiles and helps you to your feet. And gently, ever so gently, your etheric body steps back into your physical body, where you are zipped back up, feeling loved and safe and secure. And very gently, ever so gently, your energy rises back up through your roots into the here and now moment. And you feel the air around you, feeling loved and supported. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, and rub your legs, hug yourself, allowing yourself to come back to the now moment. Well, my beloveds, heart chakra week. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And know that you are loved. I wish you all a beautiful week. Blessings.